Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this is the Inside Track. And we are at the track at the New Jersey Motorsports Park track. And one of my favorite mares is my guest, Skip Bowman. Skip, if you ever had a bad day, you're always so upbeat and happy. What a nice man.
I think we all have bad days.
You just didn't show it. How many years have you been an elected official?
40-something, 44.
Do you know Bill Pickleski?
I know of him. I don't know him.
He and I were out to dinner Saturday night. He's the mayor of Woodbine.
Yes. And
he's been in 30-some years, 38. He's been in mayor most of that time. Now, you guys rotate, which is nice to do, so that way everybody gets to be the mayor. Now, I know it's you and Joey Milletta and
John Tease is the newest member on the board.
Right.
Yes.
And he was very active with the fire company.
Oh, he still is. Still is, yes.
Yeah. What a great fire company you have.
So, I think we got one of the best.
Yes. You keep getting all volunteers.
All volunteer. And our rescue squad. It's the only rescue squad in Cumberland County that's all volunteer.
Oh, my goodness.
All volunteer.
That's amazing.
All volunteer.
Wow. We got a lot of good people in Lawrence Township.
Well, we got a lot of good people, period.
Yeah. I mean, my point is to volunteer and do what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Wow, that's fabulous. It really is. And, it's just a really nice place. I was asking Skip if he had gone to Myron L. Powell School. I actually worked in the Myron L. Powell School as a speech therapist.
Yeah.
The kids were great. The staff was really good. Well, I didn't like the principal, but he was quite a guy. I couldn't tell you off the air sometimes. But I really enjoyed working there. And my cousins, Bill Felmy and Susan Hickman Felmy.
Oh, yeah, I knew Bill.
They're my cousins.
Yeah.
And they taught there for 30-some years, both of them,
Oh, yeah.
And they loved it, too. So nobody ever leaves Cedarville once you get there to get hooked.
That's one of the issues when people get upset about Cedarville School is they were complaining about salaries, but they don't seem to realize some of them teachers have been there 20, 25 years, so they may have started out low.
Yes.
But they get their increments every year.
Yeah.
And after 25, 30 years, they're making good money.
Yeah, and you know what? I've taught folks it's a tough job, and you do it for the outcome for the kids and all. But it's something where you have a great school system. And, I mean, it's a choice school.
Yes.
You could go there, take their kid from another area, and have them in the Myron L. Powell School because it's such a good school. Well, going along with that, don't you think they've had good teachers? And Skip and I were just talking about my cousin Bill Felmy, my cousin Sue Hickman Felmy. They taught there for 30-some years, and Sue was a librarian for a while. But, I mean, they loved it, and they stayed there. But, again, I was a teacher, and each year you get a few $500 raise or whatever the union negotiated for you, you get a raise. And believe me, it's something that's well-deserved. And now, take a look at teacher salaries compared to healthcare workers who they deserve it, too. I mean, it's something where it's not a profession you get into to make a lot of money, but I loved it because I got to see kids and I got to meet children and stuff, and they're little people, and I really, like you, I like people.
Well, the school system is probably one of the best school system in the county.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as students, with the amount that go to college after they graduate from 8th grade, and well, of course, I'm not a teacher, but I haven't heard of very many, discipline problems.
No.
Very little, and I'll tell you, the other thing that's changed is the parents. We got parents that stay involved.
Oh, that's good.
They stay involved. And if you got parents that are involved with their kids, you're going to have good kids come out of school.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes.
Yep. And they care about their children, and they're there to support them and do the things, after school activities that they can help out with too.
But it's getting difficult to finance these schools.
Yeah.
The cost is just getting horrendous.
I had always thought, well, thank God the Myron L. Powell School is a choice school.
Yes.
So you do get, say for instance, somebody in Millville wanted to go to Cedarville to Myron L. Powell School. They could just sign up and they can go, and the tuition is paid for by Millville because they're a Millville student.
Yes.
So if they can gain the tuition. The other thing I've often thought, I'm not sure what the numbers are in the schools, but I did speech therapy for a brief period of time in Township, another great school, really good people. And I often thought maybe like pre-K to 4 at Township and then 5 to 8 at Myron L. Powell School, where you're getting the benefit of the two coming together. But nobody wants to give up their identity. You know?
No, we tried it.
Did you? Okay.
Oh, it didn't work out too well.
Okay.
The Township parents didn't want their kids going to Cedarville. Cedarville parents didn't want their kids going to Township, and so it did not work
and
out.
I could have told them. I worked in both schools, and there's super kids in both schools. Really, as you say, I was there for several years in Lawrence Township. I never saw a discipline problem at all. And nor did I in a brief period of time I was in Township. The same thing. The kids were wonderful. It's like, but, if people get parochial, and I understand that.
Yes, yes.
They don't want to give it up in that type of situation.
And, of course, I'll have to say this. I know most of the teachers over there. They're good people.
They are.
They're
Yes,
they're dedicated. That's the thing. They're dedicated.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
They're dedicated, yes.
Yeah, both school systems have dedicated teachers,
Yeah.
which is really nice to be able to see and have. And it's a wonderful school. They're both very nice schools. So your children, if you're in Lawrence or Township, they're lucky they've got a great school. But the cost factor is what,
You know what? I don't know how that's ever going to be solved. You take Township. I don't know for a fact, but they say half the school is empty.
Yeah, probably close to it. Yeah.
Close to it.
Yeah.
But the only way that's going to change is going to have to come out of trade.
Yeah.
They're going to have to mandate smaller districts combined.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah, that was my point. It's
Yeah.
not trying to hurt anybody, but there's good kids, good teachers, both schools close by, right up the street and all that kind of stuff. But I think you're right. And when you look at school funding, Tony Trongone just become a good friend of mine, the superintendent of schools in Millville, and you look at the budget and the money per child that's put out between Township, you guys got even worse than Millville, because Millville's, along with Vineland and Bridgeton, are part of the Abbott district, so they get more funding because of the Abbott district.
Yes, they do. And basically, when you get a tax bill in Lawrence Township, I know my tax bill just for the school is almost $3,000. Just the school. Now the county is $2,500.
Okay.
Right, then you got your health tax.
Yeah.
And basically, of the money that comes to the township, we only keep 17%.
Wow.
All that is gone.
Yeah.
Goes out the window. That's to support the fire department, rescue squad,
Yeah.
do roads, do our landfill. Well, I can't call it a landfill anymore. It's a convenience center. Right? And I'll tell you, we work on a very tight budget. Very tight budget.
Yeah, 17%?
17%.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, that's all my tax bill.
that's what I mean, your percent.
And basically, Jim, when people get their tax bill, I don't think many people really read it.
No.
Right there, there's 5 items on there, and one says LP. How many people know what the LP means? Do you know?
Lawrence.
That's the only thing the township gets to keep, local purpose.
Oh, local purpose tax.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most people, when I tell them, they don't even know. And then when they look at their tax bill and they see 14, 15% is what we keep,
Yeah.
when they ask the question, they said to me, how do you do it?
Yeah, that's true. How do you do it?
With a very tight budget, very tight.
My gosh. In fact, it was funny on the way I was getting ready to do the show tonight. I had tried to call Skip, and I got voicemail, and he said, "Jim, I'm Center Grove. You right where you were when it goes to voicemail." I said, "You know what, Skip? When I go out Cedarville Road, I get near the airport, I lose my signal. Ogden Road, I lose my signal. Further into Lawrence Township towards Township, even my friend Joe Pepitone lives in Laurel Lake. I lose my Verizon signal." So we were talking about all the land that's available. You would think Verizon could put another tower in to help supplement. And,
Yes.
and maybe, folks, if you are with another carrier, maybe we should look at that. Although I've talked to people, it doesn't seem to be anybody else that's any better.
I think it's mostly a Verizon problem.
Okay.
I know the people that are with the other cell towers,
Right.
because we have 3 cell towers in town.
Wow.
Got 3,
That's great.
but only 1 Verizon, and that's right in the heart of Cedarville.
Oh, I see.
That's why it don't go
doesn't-
out far enough.
I got
Yes.
you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's something that, boy, aren't we tied to our cell phones? It's like, this was a funny story. Last night, a friend of mine, we went to the Phillies game. Well, Brian has my cell phone. Anyway, in my cell phone, I have a compartment you open up, and I keep my credit cards in my cell phone and my license and all that.
Okay.
So I don't need to take my wallet. I just take the phone in with me. Well, at the Phillies, I had cash, but they don't take cash. They only take credit cards.
okay.
So luckily, my friend, she had credit cards, so she was able to buy me the soda I wanted and stuff. But I went with another friend of mine a couple years ago. This is the God's honest truth. He had no credit cards. So here we are. I'm inside. My credit card's in my car and my phone. So I found a place where you could go and put cash in, and they give you a card. I said, isn't it amazing? How everybody's getting away from cash. It's all.
I think that we're going to see a time when there'll be no cash.
Yeah, I think you're right. I really do.
I think the government is more or less, I think they're leaning that way. That way they can track what you spend.
That's true. Yeah.
They can, and they're wondering why you make, I'll use a crazy number, you make $100 a year and you spent $150.
Yeah, that's true.
Where did the other $50 come
Yeah,
from?
good point. Yeah, and I mean, let's face it, in some of the businesses that are cash businesses, it's pretty tough for them to follow the cash, as it might be.
So that's why I think there'll be a time when you won't be able to go in the store and you buy by cash.
It's amazing.
You'll have to have a credit card.
Times have changed.
Yes.
We'll be back with Mayor Skip Bowman from Lawrence Township to talk some more about the good things going on in Lawrence right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Advanced robotics, experienced physicians. When it comes to minimally invasive surgery, we don't play around.
Welcome back to Inside Track. Jim Quinn along with the mayor of Lawrence Township Skip Bowman. And Skip,
That's all right. Yeah,
yeah,
I like him too.
I do too. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but I really like Skip Luisi also. Earlier, before we went on the air, Skip was talking about a place for 20 people to have dinner.
Yes.
So as soon as the show's over, Antonio, the chef, is going to come in and talk with Skip. Folks, if you have not been here, I am telling you, the food is fantastic. The prices are reasonable. And they just do a great job. And I know it's in Millville. I would say it's the best restaurant in Millville. I mean, now that Winfield's gone, it's definitely the best restaurant in Millville. They've got everything you want. And, the beverages go along with it. And they just do a fantastic job. And in fact, Skip, when I had my last class reunion last year, they had the bigger hall down there.
Yes, I've been there, yes.
So we had, a couple hundred people at the class reunion for that. And, any things that we get together. So, Skip, tell us about the Maxwell Club.
Okay, the Maxwell Club is a group of guys that used to belong to the Kiwanis. And as the Kiwanis was starting to fail, like a lot of clubs,
Absolutely.
we sprung out on our own and we started what we called Bud Maxwell.
Yeah, what a
He used
great
to be
guy.
the mayor of Richmond.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we started that club and we paid dues and we have a dinner once a month.
That's nice.
We get together once a month and we raise money through dues and we try to help people.
That's nice.
We try to help people and it's been a good club. It's been a good club and we got, I think totally we have about 23 members.
So who are some of the people?
We got the guy, committeeman from Upper Deerfield, John Daddario. And we got Steve Bacon.
Oh my God, I love him too.
What's his name? The guy that owns all the houses in Richmond.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
oh, yeah, I should know that too. Yeah. Because in fact, he donated to the football field.
Yes, he did. Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
See, well, I was on the bank board at Colonial Bank, and they asked us for $50,000, and they said, of course, they needed somebody to donate $1 million.
Bobby Thompson.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bobby Thompson.
And we said, well, we'll put the $50,000 aside, but I can't see anybody donating $1 million to Bob Thompson.
Yeah, like he did. Huh?
Yeah. And Kevin Reed is his nephew or cousin or whatever. And Kevin is a very successful businessman in Millville, my neighbor, a great guy, and learned a lot of his success from his uncle, So, you got some good people there.
Yeah, well, Paul Ritter, my son-in-law, he's on. My son, Ed Bowman, he's on.
And I love him too. Honestly, they are two of the nicest gentlemen. And I'm not just saying this because he's sitting here. I'm not running for office. I'm not begging for votes. But they are two of the nicest people you'd ever meet in your life. And boys, Ed, your son, did a great job with the Legends.
He sure did.
This was interesting, folks. The Complete Care, I serve on their board of directors. So Complete Care holds a annual Legends program where they honor somebody from the western side of the county, eastern side, and Millville. It's like there's 3 different people that they honor. So this year, the one honoree was Jody Parada at Bowman, and she's loved by everybody. And I said, my God, thank God for Jody. We had like 250 people. Jody bought 200. The other 50 were between the
Sure
other 2
did.
people. Wow, it was great. Yeah. That is, well, you're lucky there too. I forgot about you having wonderful.
Yeah, because Jody's obviously Ed's wife. So.
Yes, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I love her. She was on the Colonial Bank staff. She was one of our top promoters, getting loans. Nobody ever saying no to Jody. And then she became the assistant county administrator, and then the county administrator for a while. Then she got sensed and said, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. That's a tough job. Speaking of county administrators, I want to say hello to Hal Johnson. Hal, good luck, buddy. We message back and forth. And Hal is an amazing guy. He's doing a great job as a county administrator. Of course, Hal was an attorney, and he was a freeholder. And,
Well, he got his start in Lawrence Township.
Did he? I didn't know that. Wow.
I remember appointing him.
Oh, to the township as a solicitor?
Yes.
Oh, that's neat. That was a smart move.
Yes.
Wait, I tell you what. This week, Monday night, I had Mike Mazzoni, Matt Mazzoni, rather, who's the new superintendent of schools at Millville. Unbelievable guy. Unbelievable. It's the first I really got to know him.
Isn't Mike an attorney?
No,
Oh, that would be a cousin, I think.
well, I don't know.
Yeah.
This kid's
Okay.
from Buda. It was originally.
Okay.
But great. And of course, I had Senator Mike Testa on, and a nicer man you'll never find. I'm sure you'll see the shows during the week when we play them again. But just really enjoyed it. And then I had one of my very favorites come on tonight. If you're, what a great week, Mike, and Skip.
Yeah. Well, Mike he's a fabulous leader.
Isn't he?
He's a speaker and a half. He
Yeah.
knows how to speak,
Yeah.
and he's a go-getter.
He sure is. I mean, you have 150 people at the.
I
Republican
can't believe how many people we have at that breakfast
Yeah.
every other week. It's amazing how many people show up at that breakfast.
It's fabulous. It really
Years ago, when I was on that, going to them breakfasts over at Larry Pepper's office,
Oh,
if
right.
we could get 5 people, 6 people,
Yeah. Sounds
Mike-
like the Democrats now.
yeah, Mike control where he finds all these people.
Unbelievable.
And if you're ever going to want a good breakfast, you know where to go? Marshtown Fire.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, there you go.
I think if you're
Those hot
independent,
boys.
you go anyway.
Oh, well, it's funny. Joe Kondo and I have become friends. Joe's on
Oh.
the show with me and stuff. Another great guy. So he's sort of joking with me about, you might want to start thinking about being Republican. And I said, Joe, and this is true, I said, I don't get up before 10 o'clock. I never make a breakfast. I'm just not a morning person. But I said, thank you. There's a lot of wonderful people in the Republican Party. And the entire county commissioner board is now Republican. This is interesting. Speaking of great people, Joe Spracio, I just think the world of him. You know Joe? Isn't he good? He's got a sense of humor. Great.
Yeah, he was only good, but one day he wasn't. That was when we were in the little go-kart track over here.
Oh, okay.
And we were having a race, and he drove me right off that
I
track.
got Joe Pepitone there too. Jeez.
He drove me right off the track.
But Joe Spracio is such a great guy. And anyway, getting back to my point was, 5 years ago for sure, I was on the county commission board, and Joe was sitting right next to him. He was the only Republican out of the 10 elected positions. You have 7 county commissioners now. They were called freeholders a few years ago. And you have the county clerk, the county surrogate, and the county sheriff. So there are 10 elected positions. At that time, 5 years ago, 9 of the 10 were controlled by the Democrats.
Yes.
Today, it's exactly the opposite. 9 of the 10 positions are controlled by the Republicans, and Celeste Riley is the only Democrat left, and she's the county clerk, and she's up for election this year.
Yes, she's up. And even
Tory Lowe's is running.
the town I live in, when I first came there, it was completely controlled by Democrats. Total. I was the first Republican to get on.
Who was the mayor?
Jason Franks.
That's right. 'Cause I came before you guys with Clover Cable, and
Yeah.
everybody was.
Well, Jason was the mayor for 20 years.
Okay.
When I came on is when I made a change that you could only sit in that center seat 2 years, and you had to get off.
Oh, that's nice.
Because Jason was a great guy, but he got to where,
Too powerful.
well, you get power, you get too much power, it goes to your head.
Yeah.
It goes to your head. So I made a decision that only two years and we rotate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did it. I guess we're a little strange. We did it with a Democrat,
Yeah.
Joe Millette.
Yep.
He was the
guy.
mayor 2 years ago,
Yes.
or 1 year ago,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
And we supported him all these years. He's been on 12 years.
Okay.
And when his term comes, he gets that seat.
Well, you don't have competition, do you? Does anybody run against you?
No, I haven't had competition in 20 years.
That's good. See, what's that say? You're as good as I say you are.
Well, no, that's not very true because most of the members of the board, Tom Shepard,
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Erwin Shepard,
Yep.
Joey Millette,
Yes.
all of them were longtime members of the board.
Oh, I see.
They were longtime members of the board, but
I knew Irwin was.
the only time politics are played is election day. After that, forget it.
Well, that's good. That's what I liked in
After
Millville.
that, forget it.
The nice thing about Millville was we all ran, especially when I first got elected mayor in 1997. Everybody ran. We ran as ourselves. We didn't run with a party. And when we got elected, I was the top vote getter, so I was the mayor. Jeff Trout was number 2, Jimmy Parent number 3, John Hollingshead number 4, Joey Durrell was number 5. And of the 5 of us, 2 were registered Republicans, 3 were registered Democrats. But we never had party bosses come say to us, you got to do this, you got to do that. We did what we, and I know you do this too, what was best for the people of Millville. And we had a great 4 years, right? Super things happened, and the next 4 were very good too. So, I mean, that is important, to be somewhat nonpartisan to the fact that,
We kind of drive Trenton crazy because I still get mail when Henry Nardelli was Township. No, it was John.
Oh, I love John.
His brother Henry was on the board.
Okay.
I still get mail from Trenton with his name on it as mayor. Well, because
the mayor always the mayor.
Well, in Cedarville, if you went up to a person and said, "Who is the mayor?" Lots of times they don't know because we rotate between us.
Yeah, but I say it's got to be you. Last year was Joey.
Yeah, last year was Joey. Yeah.
Now, so next year, what will happen?
I'm there one more year after
You get
this.
2 years. Good.
I get two years.
Well, that's great. You do it.
Now, after that, the guy that steps up is John Teese.
That's what I thought it would be.
Yeah, John Teese steps up.
That's good. And he's a good man, too. So you got a lot of great people in Cedarville. You really do.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky.
Yeah. Nice area, spread out nicely. How about the DeCarlo track? Any building going on?
It's amazing. We all of a sudden have a kind of a surge.
That's great. Now they have to put in, that's the other thing I want to talk about tonight, was sewage. They have to put in their own cesspool septic tanks. Right?
That's a hard thing to do because I had another mayor who has septic. They have sewer. And I was at a meeting and I said, boy, I wish we had it. He said, be careful what you wish for. And I said, why? He says, because you got such a big area. DeCarlo.
Yeah.
Once you put sewer in there, the builders are going to come like mad, and you got this affordable housing. They're just waiting. And where he is, they expect to get 800 more homes in the next couple of years.
Is that Harris, Glassboro area?
Upper Deerfield.
Upper Deerfield. Wow.
800. That'll mean a new high school.
Yeah. New elementary school. Yeah.
He says, be very careful what you wish for.
Yeah, well, and that's a very good point, Skip, because as you pointed out with the tax situation, folks, what gives you good taxes are businesses.
Yes.
And the property, as a house, somebody who has a home in Cedarville, your contribution for taxes nowhere near cover the cost of your child going to school.
Yes.
So, so there you're bringing in, like Skip said, more kids with the houses, and that will be expensive, and and it will be tough. I see.
Yeah, I think we built more houses since the first of this year than we did in the last 5-6 years.
Wow. Well, it's a nice area,
Well, see, the land is still relatively cheap
Yeah. Right.
compared to Vineland,
Yeah.
Millville. Of course, Bridgeton doesn't have much land left anymore.
96
Anyway.
square miles.
There's no place for them to go.
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
That's wonderful.
But what we can attract without water and sewer is industry.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
But I would hope that we could get a line to come out of Bridgeton through Fairfield Township, come through the old town
Yes.
where the houses are so close together,
Yeah.
the septics are failing.
Yes.
And then we could get something. Then we have a vast area, almost 800 acres.
Yeah.
If it could go there, and we've had people already trying to get something there.
That's great because I wanted to congratulate Bob Campbell and Mike Rothman and everybody at Township, because when I was on the commission board, Bob was before us, and Bob doesn't let up, and I admire his tenacity. And he kept pushing for a sewer plant for Gandy's Beach and Fortescue. And already, Skip, the housing values have doubled because they're going to have
Double and triple.
Yeah, yep. And you got.
And the system's not even in yet.
Yeah, I know. It's still probably 6 months away at least.
There's one house I know of that sold for a little over $1 million.
Wow. But that's because of the Jersey Shore, the other Jersey Shore.
Well, see, the same house down to the shore would probably be 2 or 3 million.
Oh yeah, I used to have a home in Seattle. There's nothing under $1 million in Seattle. Nothing. They have all the rateables too, with no kids in school. So.
Even with our bird that we have, greenheads.
Yeah.
I call that our natural bird.
Yeah, I've run into them in downtown too. We're talking with Skip Bowman, who is the mayor of Lawrence Township. We'll be back to talk more with Skip right after these messages.
When life gives you lemons,
make lemonade.
there's only one person who can truly change tartness into sweetness.
Bitterness into happiness.
His name is Jesus Christ. We can introduce you to him this Sunday. Then, you'll understand his instruction manual.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Welcome back to Inside Track. My special guest is Mayor Skip Bowman from Lawrence Township. And Skip, I got off the topic for a minute, but I'd like to get back to some of the other people that are in the Maxwell Club, because every person I've heard, I think the world of. You got some real good people.
Oh, yes, we do. You got, from Cumberland Mutual.
Yeah.
We got them, 3 members from Cumberland
That's
there.
super. Yeah.
Right?
Another great organization.
Bob Brady. I don't know, you know Bob Brady. He used to be second in command at Cumberland Mutual.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
and he's a member. We got a lot of really good people.
That's super. It really is. Yeah.
And it's the kind of club it's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
No solicitation.
Right.
No minutes.
Oh, that's good.
No minutes. No president. No secretary. And Bob Maxwell, I don't know if you know Bob. He used to be with Farmers Home Administration.
Okay.
He took over his dad's spot.
Oh, I see.
On the board. He takes care of the money that comes in. There's no meeting. No.
That's nice.
We don't have no guests come
That's good. That's
just
why you're done in 2 hours.
just get together and have dinner, and that's it. If I leave my house and go, I'm back within 2 hours.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just enough time to have a good time.
Yeah.
Be out there. Like we said, Antonio, the chef here at the Motorsports Park, he does a fabulous job. In fact, this was an interesting story. Rick Cott, who just retired as a Millville police officer after 28 years of service. Congratulations, Rick. Is vegan. So he's out here with me. And I said, talk about getting something to eat. So he said, I'm vegan. So I told Antonio. He says, no problem. And Rick said to me, Jim, this was one of the best vegan meals I've ever had. And they don't make them up, but he knew what to put together for Rick to have. And so have you been, you have been to the most famous place in Fortescue, right? Sybil's
Charlesworth, Sybil. We were just there for the groundbreaking for.
Yeah, I did see a picture.
Yeah,
of him right out front.
But Sybil, he's something else, isn't he?
No, he is amazing.
I think some people go there just because of him.
Yeah, he's entertainment.
Yes, he is entertainment.
I was just there a week ago or so. Yeah, and it's packed. Saw lots of people from outside the area that I knew were there from Glassboro, and the food is fantastic, and he's warm and friendly, that's for sure. And I always kid him, Skip, when he comes on. I said, Sybil, I've been doing this show for 40 years, and I always wanted to get somebody like Elvis or Cher that only had one name. I got Sybil. He's got one name.
But he is the meals. You can't get a finer meal.
No.
I don't care where you go or who you know.
No.
You can't get a better meal.
Well, did you ever go to Winfield's?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I compare a lot of it to Winfield's because Winfield's had very, very good food. And sea bass, Chilean sea bass was my favorite meal at Winfield's. And I got it down here, and oh my God, it was delicious.
The only problem I had with it was the acoustics in there. The acoustics.
Winfield's, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The acoustics. Because it's long, narrow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That was it.
But he served good food.
Yeah.
Very good food.
Yeah, they did. And Skip and I were talking earlier about Men's Restaurant. That's my cousin's place. And Skip remembers, and I remember as a little boy going up there. They were up near the mall, is where the restaurant was.
Yes.
And my uncle Franklin Menz had lost a leg, so he was in a wheelchair. And he liked people, didn't he, Skip? You go
Boy, he sure did.
Come to every table.
I don't know how many people that restaurant held, but a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd go to every table and talk to them.
Yeah.
Every table.
Yeah. Oh, he loved people. He really did.
Yeah.
So it was wonderful. And his sons and 2 daughters are still there. They're open. Skip and I were talking about it. They open mid-April and they close on Halloween. But Skip, they have a Halloween thing for the kids. Oh my God, it's packed. You can't get in there. You have to have reservations. They have, mummies outside, skeletons. They got inside. It's dark. It's really neat. They put a lot of effort into Halloween.
Do you remember the little boats they had in front of their place?
Yeah.
Well, he donated one of them boats to the church.
Oh, did he?
And I restored it.
Oh, that's nice.
And we filled it up with gifts, booze.
Oh, okay.
And we auctioned it off.
Oh, wow.
Made quite a bit of money on it. The person that got it still drunk. And that was 10 years ago.
One thing I wanted to ask you, you don't have a liquor license in Lawrence Township,
No,
right?
it's a dry town.
Okay. I guess you put that on the ballot. People turned it down.
Yeah, it was, well, of course it was voted in as a dry town many years ago. We've had a couple people get it on the ballot, but every time it got on, it got failed. I thought the last time it was on, I thought I would have guaranteed that it was going to pass because we got so many young people.
Yeah, right.
But it failed again. And the law is you can only come back once every 5 years.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, because last year, the people that have the Sunoco station tried to get it back on. It still failed again. I thought for sure with the young generation, they would vote for it, but
the nice thing about having one is it helps draw in a restaurant. That's the nice factor.
Okay, when Dino's went up for sale down in Cedarville,
Right.
I don't want to mention the name, but he has 2 other restaurants. And he came down and looked at that one. As soon as he found out he couldn't get a liquor license, he backed away from it, yes.
Yeah, that's a shame, but that's,
Yeah.
and I respect people's rights not to have it.
Well, in today's world, it's hard to understand. I can remember why they passed it many years ago, because it was still horse and wagon, right?
Yeah.
Now you get in your car and Fairton's got it. So if
Yeah.
you want to buy
Yeah.
booze,
Yeah.
5 minutes, sure.
Yeah.
So but there's people that just don't want to have it, and they got that right.
Yes, they do.
They got that right.
Well, and it's interesting with Sybil, he has that, which is a nice tie, because Township is also
Dry.
but you can have, and I guess in Lawrence you could too. There is a way that you can get a wine license, or you share the license that the winery has. He has Cedar Rose Winery.
Does he have?
Yeah.
Okay, I was asked that question today, and I didn't know for sure, but they thought he had
Well, he
something
did
like that.
for a while. Yeah, I think he still does, because they named one after his restaurant or something.
Okay.
So they're nice people at the winery. And then I was with Yilmaz Kankel, who's a friend of mine, a good sponsor for Channel 22. We're broadcasting from his restaurant in Vineland, beautiful restaurant, Lincoln and Landis Avenue. And he was talking to the mayor about getting a liquor license. I said, Yilmaz, liquor license in Vineland will cost you $250,000, if not more. I said, why don't you get a wine license? So send him over there to the Cedar Rose. He has wine license. He had the wine bottles all set up, look very nice, that type of thing. So that way, if you go and you want to have a drink, you have to buy it by the bottle, not the glass. So yeah, a couple of you.
Well, see, Bob Campbell got it on the ballot last year,
Oh, did he?
but the problem is Fortescue population runs up to almost 2,500
Does it really?
in the summer.
Oh, it's summer, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And guess how many people in the winter? 300.
Yeah.
So it was voted down. Terrible.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. Because again, that's something that is a good rateable, because it's a business.
Yeah.
They don't have kids at school, and they bring people to you. I tell you that place is packed, folks. It is packed, and it's a fantastic restaurant. One of the best in South Jersey. I tell you, that's the truth. And the people that work there, they're wonderful. Sybil comes around and gives your wife or girlfriend or whoever's with you jewelry.
My wife came home with rings I already seen. No, she didn't get that many, but she did get one.
Yeah, so did my friend. She got one too. And yeah, he's very generous that way too. And he hires some really nice local kids. To
If
work.
you'd have known Sybil's dad, he could tell jokes for an hour straight, but they were always the same one. we used to laugh just to make him happy.
What was his first name?
I really never knew what his first name was.
Somebody else told me about it.
Yeah.
They mentioned about it. But it is something when you...
It's funny about that you asked his name. There's so many people that come in. It's called Mary's now. It used to be Dino's.
Oh, okay.
Seems like nobody calls anybody by name.
Because we can't remember them.
No, they just don't do it.
Oh, okay.
You don't do it. So
Yeah.
you've known somebody that comes in there for 10 years, and you never heard his name.
Wow.
Never heard his name come up. Nobody asks.
I guess it's changing times, right?
Yes.
I saw people, we talk about unbelievable things. I was at the Queen restaurant Tuesday night, and a couple, probably in their 60s or 70s, they were sitting and they said, Jim Quinn. I said, yeah, well, a lot of people know me from TV and stuff. And they said, do you remember us? I said, no, I don't. They said, we were in the Lamaze class with you and your wife, And I said, so you have a daughter that's 44? They said, yes. Their daughter was born the 27th of March. My daughter was born the 31st of March. I said, well, it's nice. That was a fun time to learn about that. But anyway, you never know. And everybody knows you, you know. Have you ever thought of running for any other position?
I was asked many times, but I was asked to run for freeholder. But if you can't devote your time to it, you don't want to get involved. You got, you know, I don't even know how they do it. I know just Chip, Celio, and Morales. I don't know how they can spend that much time and take care of their business.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky. When I was freeholder director, I was self-employed. So I went over there every day, and I had a good manager running my business, so I was able to put the time. The same with Millville in '97. I just went down there every single day because I wanted to be the mayor. I got to know a lot, learn a lot, but I had a fellow that was running the business for me. In fact, it was funny. He said to me, I'd always wanted to be the mayor of Millville, and I had lost the freeholder election in 1991. And I encouraged Jeff Trout to run. I had him in my office, and he's going to run. And one of my employees said, Jim, you always said you wanted to be the mayor of Millville. I said, yeah. They said, well, it's your chance. I said, yeah, okay. So I did run, and then I was able to win doing that. But I was lucky because of not having, having that time a successful business that I had people that ran it for me. I mean, not that I wouldn't stop or check in. I did a show and that type of stuff. But a lot of things I did were in the evening like this, so I was able to be there. And boy, what great people. That Beth Blandino was the secretary.
It's funny about that when you asked me the other. And them, it was a Democratic control board. And I had a Democrat approach me about running. And I said, I'm a Republican. How can I do that? He says, don't worry, we'll support you. I thought to myself, wow, that's not
that says a lot for you, though. The other side supports you.
He said, we'll support you.
Oh, my gosh. John Nardelli was from Cedarville and was the county clerk when
yes,
I ran.
Yes.
And John Nardelli, thank God, he was as good to me. I had ran for freeholder in 1981, and Chuck Fisher was honest with me about a week before the election. He says, there's no way the heck you could win. Just running against Harry Freitag, and he was the only Republican on the board.
Harry couldn't be beat.
No, exactly. No, he was never beat. But see, I was naive. I was a kid. I didn't know that.
I didn't think anybody on the board even wanted him off.
No, you're right. He was the one they liked having.
They liked Harry because Harry, he could be strong.
Yeah.
If he thought he was right. But he didn't go against you just because he was a different party.
Yes, that's a very good point.
No.
It really is, Well, anyway, Chuck Fisher felt bad after he said what he said to me, and he said, don't worry about it. He said, in December, John Rose is going to retire, and we'll appoint you to John's position. I thought, wow, this is great. But then, they don't always come through with what they say. When it came time for that, no, we don't want you. So I went over, and I went through every single registered Democrat, and I called as many as I could. But thank God for John Nardelli, because usually they have the line, and the county chairman controls the line. The county chairman wasn't supporting me. So the line should have been Ed Salmon and Mark Padgett. But John Nardelli said, Jim, you just ran. I'm not going to shaft you. We're going to make the line this way, and all three of you are going to be on the line. It said vote for 2 or 3, and then I won. So,
well, John Nardelli saved Dino's.
Oh, did he really?
There was somebody that he hired to start his new building.
To build it, you mean?
Remember his first building, Dino's, burned down.
Oh, okay.
And he had to build a new one. The guy that he hired, if it wasn't for Johnny Nardelli stepping into the picture, John would have never got that done.
Oh, jeez.
Would have never got it done. Yeah. But John did. He got it done.
I wanted to ask you about, speaking of people, the Romanos that had a farm up the northern end.
Yes.
Lawrence Township. I went to school. Pooch. I don't know if you ever.
Poochie?
Yeah, I went to school with her.
Oh, you went to school with
Poochie?
St.
Mary's. She went to St. Mary's.
Well, see, my wife, actually, did you know Sandy was married to Jimmy Wright?
Sandy Romano? No, I didn't.
There was Sandy, Kathy, Barbara, a whole bunch of
Yeah, a
girls.
bunch of girls, yeah.
And they had,
For parties.
Lou only had one son,
Oh, okay.
and he passed away.
Oh,
But
sorry.
all the rest were girls.
Yeah. Oh, she was a sweetheart. We just
Yeah.
and they like our whole class down to their farm. You know, we have a party and stuff like
Yeah,
that. They're just so nice. Such nice. And I just remember her name, Pooch. I don't know what her real name was. It was Poochie.
You know what? I probably wouldn't even know her real name.
Yeah.
She was always called Poochie.
Yeah, that's all I know her
And
as.
the other one's called Petey.
But boy, you know, I have so many great memories of Lawrence Township, Cedarville in particular, where with the school, and even in fact, I was telling Mike Donato about my first job was delivering parts for Millville Automotive, and I stopped at Patitucci's Texaco.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah,
Bill
that
Patitucci,
was
yeah.
one of my stops. And then you know what? I realized he must have been my last stop because I had Morris River Township, Commercial Township, Down Township, and Lawrence Township. And then I headed up after Bill's, whatever that road is. I make the right, head back towards Cedarville.
Yeah.
So that was my, I had Dividing Creek too. That's further north, right?
Yeah.
So actually, I did go further. So I went up to Mr. Wilson, who was the mayor.
Yeah, yes.
I know the mayor too.
Harry
Wilson.
Harry Wilson, yes.
Yeah, he was a very nice man.
You know, politics anymore are getting tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
Now, years ago on the committee, I might go to the building once, maybe one day out of a week, just to sign some papers.
Right.
Now I spend at least 2 or 3 hours there every morning.
Oh, that's good.
Every morning. Of course, we had really an upsetting time when we lost Ruth Dawson. She retired. Kathy retired. All of a sudden, our whole staff retired.
And all those years of experience, valuable.
And getting new people, we're in good shape now. But it's taken almost 2 years to get that all straightened out. It was actually, for a while, it was just a total nightmare.
Thank God you were able to get in there.
Well, if it wasn't for Lisa Garrison. You know Lisa?
Yes.
But when we lost Ruth Dawson, she was our clerk. She practically ran the town.
Yeah.
There wasn't a thing that she didn't know or couldn't get done, right?
That's right.
Now, we hired another girl. We were trying to get her trained, and she walked out.
Ooh.
Here we are, and it wasn't for Lisa Garrison coming in. I don't know what I would have done without her coming in.
They are. The clerks are
She's done it, and she's just about done training our new clerk.
Oh, that's good.
And our new clerk has really come along very well.
That's nice.
And she's kind of dynamic, too.
That's great. Well, they got a dynamic mayor. They're it's rubbing off.
No, we got dynamic women in their building. Let me tell you, without them,
I know.
I'm dead in the water.
I agree with you.
I'm dead in the water.
I had like 5 different. The county clerk was Lou Thompson, but all the women that were out there in Millville, they were fabulous. They did such a great job. It was very, very fortunate. And again, a lot of that is they do it. They do the work.
You know, Jim, any successful attorney, a woman runs the whole office.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I know my aunt was the head secretary for Phil Lippman.
Oh gosh!
And she ordered him around like a little puppy.
He was so funny. Oh my God! Phil had such a great sense of humor. Well, you know, one thing I'm finding, there's a lot less lawyers. Who's your solicitor?
Tom Seeley.
Oh yeah,
Jim, his father was.
I knew Jimmy.
And then Tom took over when his father died.
Right.
Tom took over.
He also has. I know he has Commercial Township too.
Yeah, he has commercial. Yes.
Yes, I did see him there as well.
Tom does a good job.
Yes, he does.
He does a very good job for us. Yeah.
Yep. So, the situation out with the track, you know, where they're building the houses here.
Yes.
Forget the name of the track. You know, the Carlo track.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, what do you think the average home there will sell for? Just kidding.
I think the average home out there, building costs are so high.
Yeah.
I think now a new home out there being built, and most of them are like a modular. They're not big homes, but there are a lot of big homes in there now.
Oh, wow.
A lot of big homes in there. I would say run between 250 and 300.
Yeah.
There's one right on Cedarville Road, built last year. That's over 300,000.
Yeah. It's nice. And of course, you know, you've got the beautiful surroundings. Then you do have to have the water or the septic and system.
Yes.
put in as well.
And the average septic system, I don't know, I just
They're
put
like
one in.
30,000.
I just put one in, 35.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to a friend.
35.
She was putting
Yes.
one in. Yeah. That's expensive, but you know, you don't have to pay monthly fees once you put it in.
No.
So that's,
And the one I put in should last maybe 75 years.
well, that's good. Well, 75 years we'll come back and we'll see how it's doing.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll send you a note.
Okay.
Because I don't know if that door is wide enough for a wheelchair.
Yeah, it's something else for sure. The Skip, you know, I can't tell you how much I enjoy your company and your personality, and I just admire you for all you've done. And I know you've had the DRBA and you've had farming, you've done an awful lot of things in your lifetime, but you don't give up. You keep on trucking. That's what's keeping you young. You know that.
Hey, I don't like to give up anything.
Do you get bored easy?
Do I get bored?
Yeah.
Not really.
I do. I think I have ADD.
I don't really get bored,
Uh-huh.
you know. When I get on a project, I can't leave.
Well, I guess my point was, like, just sitting home and doing nothing. You've got to have something to do. And as
Oh,
the
no.
mayor, you have lots of things.
When I leave the house in the morning, I don't come back until after maybe 4 o'clock.
Right.
I'm not a house person. I
Yeah.
can't sit around the house.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that. I can't watch TV in the daytime other than the news at noon.
Yeah.
But I just,
Yeah. No, I don't need it.
now when I watch most of my TV, it starts around 10 o'clock at night.
What do you like then?
Westerns.
Okay, well, that's good. They're good, wholesome things that we grew
No,
up with.
I like the old movies.
Uh-huh.
I like old movies. But there is nothing that comes on early in the evening. Oh, I like Jeopardy.
I do too. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I learned a
Real
lot.
fortune.
You learn a lot.
You do from Jeopardy. Yeah, I don't know half the answers for sure.
No, no, I don't have any
No, I probably don't either. I say half, maybe. one
These
or two.
people that are on there, I don't know how they're so bright.
Aren't they? Though? Amazing.
Well, you know, there must be people that read a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people read, have a great retention, you know, photographic memories.
My son has that.
Because no wonder he's so smart. Seriously.
Whatever he reads, he never forgets.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He never forgets what he reads.
Well, Skip, thank you, buddy, for coming in. I appreciate it.
You
Always
are
good
welcome.
to have you. And we'll talk with Antonio. Maybe Skip will be here with his Maxwell Club group.
Oh, I'll get a little information from him. And it's nice to be able to go different places.
It is, and you'll love the food here too.
Yeah.
But Town Tavern's one of my other favorite restaurants, and they go there.
Oh, I do.
as
We
well.
go there. We go there probably every other month.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fabulous place. Anyway, for Skip Bowman, Mayor of Lawrence Township, and for Brian Narowski, our producer, I want to thank you for having us with you tonight here on Inside Race. Yeah. I got all these shows, but it's Inside Race is this one. Thanks again for joining us, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.